were burned in a house fire are alive today because of his gifts. Thank you.
How many of you have a pet? And how many of you love them dearly? Well, I currently have several pets. I have 5 cats, 3 dogs, and 3 birds, and I couldn't imagine my life without them. Of my animals, 6 were adopted from shelters. As an animal lover, I've always been sympathetic to the plight of the many animals that are stuck in shelters each year. Since I can't adopt every homeless cat and dog I see, I began volunteering at my local humane society. By working with the shelter and through outside research, I've gained some knowledge of how we can help these animals in need. By volunteering at your local humane society, donating, or even adopting an animal, you can make a difference for the millions of domesticated animals that are abandoned each year. First, let's look at some statistics regarding pets in America. According to the American Pet Products Association, about 62% of all American households have a pet. Sadly, due to overpopulation, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals and the Humane Society of the United States estimate that between 5 and 8 million animals end up in shelters every year. While it's impossible to determine an exact number, according to the ASPCA, there are upwards of 70 million stray cats alone in the U.S. and over 85 million with homes. Since not all of these cats are spayed and can have an average of 1 to 2 litters of 4 to 6 kittens every year, the population of animals without homes continues to grow. Of the 5 to 8 million that do end up in shelters, 3 to 4 million have to be euthanized each year due to space and care constraints. According to the ASPCA, there are about 5,000 independent animal shelters nationwide, meaning that on average, each shelter receives approximately 1,000 animals a year. Few have the space, funding, and manpower to care for so many animals. Now that we've established just how dire a situation life can be for millions of animals, let's look at what can be done to help them. Although it's unlikely that they can all be saved immediately, a way in which you can make a difference to these millions of animals is by volunteering at your local shelter. One local site is the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society. According to their website, it's an independent, nonprofit agency contracted by Warren County in 1983 that receives funding from the city and county governments to operate as well as through private donations. They also opened a second building called the Hildreth Adoption Center in 2004 that is entirely maintained by donations. These facilities provide the animals with food, shelter, medical attention, and people to interact with. The ultimate goal is for them to be adopted into good homes. They also provide veterinary services and procedures like spaying and neutering. The shelter's mission, as stated on their website, is to provide a clean, comfortable shelter for homeless, abused, lost, and impounded animals of our community, to place as many of these animals as possible in loving and responsible homes, and humanely euthanize those that are not adopted, to investigate complaints of animal abuse or neglect, and to educate the public about responsible care of companion animals, especially spaying and neutering. Now that you've learned about the local shelter, let's look at what you personally can do to help. At the Bowling Green Humane Society, there are 2 ways to volunteer. The first is on-site. Volunteers help to take care of the animals by cleaning cages and dishes, bathing and walking dogs, assisting with office work, and spending time with the cats and dogs. Volunteers may also help with fundraising events, such as the Fur Ball or Operation Malachi, whose proceeds, as reported by the Bowling Green Daily News in February 2012, were used to pay for the veterinary bills of Malachi, an injured pit bull puppy. In order to become a volunteer, you must complete and submit an application form that's available on their website, and then attend an orientation and training. Volunteers must be 18 years of age unless they're accompanied by their parents or guardian for both the safety of the animals and the volunteer. However, if you lack the time to work on location but want to make a difference, there are still ways you can volunteer, such as by fostering animals. Fostering allows you to volunteer from home by temporarily taking in sick, injured animals or those that are too young to be adopted. The Humane Society provides all food, medication, and treatment, so fostering doesn't require any money, just your time and love. Fostering helps to socialize and care for these animals in a more loving environment, to make them stronger and give them a better chance of being adopted. Colette Crown, who's fostered animals for the Lexington Humane Society for about 2 years now, finds fostering to be a rewarding and important experience, stating, "You have to realize what you can and cannot do to help the world. I can't adopt all the animals in shelters, but I can take care of them for a short time and make them as adoptable as possible and giving them love and exposing them to other animals and people." In conclusion, I hope I've conveyed the importance of shelters and volunteering to help the many animals in need in the U.S. Today we've discussed how 5 to 8 million animals end up in shelters every year while still more live as strays, and how you can impact their lives and your own by donating a little of your time and love to volunteering at your local humane society. Yet there are still more ways to make a difference. You can always help by adopting a cat or dog and having your pet spayed. And if you lack the time or resources to own an animal or volunteer, your supplies and monetary donations are always welcomed. Make a difference in an animal's life and spread the love today. Thank you.
Imagine this. You live on campus and you don't have a car. You're up late one night studying and you get the munchies. It's midnight, so campus facilities are closed. What do? Really, what do you do as a college student if you desperately need to run an errand, but you live on campus, you have an extremely busy schedule, and you don't have a car? Well, today I'll tell you what you could do if I can convince you that my business proposal will be a success. My name is Fiona Martin, and I'm here today to propose a business that will satisfy the specific needs of college students in our community. College students are so caught up in our studies and social life that we tend to neglect ourselves in other ways. Many times I've gone an entire day without eating because I was doing homework, studying for an exam, and juggling my other responsibilities. Maybe you all can relate. I've witnessed my roommate put off going to the doctor because she had too much work to do. Unfortunately, illnesses and appetites don't work around our class schedules. In 2009, the Nexus newspaper published an article that stated that 43% of students were more concerned with personal health than grades. The other 57% were more concerned with their grades. Students are busy. Bowling Green is in need of a service that will work around the busy school and work schedules of students to allow them to access resources that they need. A service that comes to you. I became very ill earlier this semester, and I was confined to my bed in my dorm room for 2 weeks. Asking for favors to pick up medications from the pharmacy got old real quick. Theraflu, cough syrup, green tea, I constantly needed something. And don't we always need something? In many cases, like mine, transportation plays a role in making it difficult to access goods. According to U.S. News, 51% of college students do not keep cars on campus. I spoke with Dennis Kane at WKU Parking and Transportation. He conducted a survey of 2,000 WKU students that live on campus. It showed that 10 to 15% do not have cars. That's a significant amount of people that do not have access to utilize off-campus services. So basically, WKU students have needs, and my goal is to fulfill them. We're busy, we have limited transportation, and I believe that this community requires a service of convenience. So that's what I'm selling. Now back to the question I asked you earlier. You live on campus, have no car, and everything's closed. What do? You call TikTok Takeout. My solution to the demands of college students. TikTok Takeout is a delivery service that will benefit college students by providing them with goods that they otherwise could not obtain because of no time or transportation. It's a 24-hour delivery service that was developed to appeal, first of all, to students with very busy schedules, all of us, secondly, to students without transportation, and lastly, to students who may be sick or somehow else in need of accessible goods. At first, TikTok Takeout will employ few workers. I visualized starting a website where customers can register. This website will include a list of places, drugstores, and restaurants that they can choose from. Each will provide a list of items and their menus and prices. For example, a drugstore might have over-the-counter medications, deodorant, soap, nail polish, etc. You'll add each item you wish to purchase to a shopping cart and continue to check out by paying online with a credit or debit card. The order will be forwarded to our headquarters, and a delivery man will be sent out to collect and deliver your goods. There will also be an option to call and place an order over the phone. We will make our profit by collecting and adding an extra $3 to the total price. This will be included in the final that you pay online with a debit card. Does anybody have any questions about how my business will operate? This delivery service is sensitive to the unique needs of students. Americans in general want what they want when they want it, at the snap of a finger. College students will especially jump at the opportunity to have goods delivered to them 24 hours a day. TikTok Takeout will be a success in Bowling Green. So next time you're up late doing a COM 161 PowerPoint, give us a call.
Imagine if you were a local customer at a local pharmacy. You walk in, you couldn't find a single product you was looking for because there wasn't a helpful employee anywhere in sight. And then to make matters worse, once you find that product and you proceed to check out, no one even there even knows your name, and they hadn't filled your prescriptions yet. This sort of occurrence will not happen at G's Pharmacy. G's Pharmacy will be successful because of 3 definite reasons. And I have served as a pharmacy lab tech for over a year now in Glasgow, Kentucky, and as a result, I have gained a lot of knowledge as to how a successful pharmacy is ran. G's Pharmacy will set an unprecedented bar that no other pharmacy in the area will be able to hold up to. All of these reasons, these 3 key reasons, will be discussed thoroughly to demonstrate to you all this is a great investment opportunity. The first reason why G's Pharmacy will prove to be successful will be because at G's, our customers will be treated with respect, making them feel not just another fly on the wall. Too many times today, the customers become lost in the shuffle. They're looked at just being just another dollar sign. And according to Ms. Ziegler, who is a former Walgreens customer, she claims just like all the rate increases for our insurance, all they care about are profits. And great customer service is the key to success. Every customer that comes in through the door at G's Pharmacy will be treated as if he or she is part of our very own staff. And great customer service can be a great form of advertising. According to citydata.com, the population in Bowling Green of July of 2009 was 56,598. That's a huge pool of potential customers that can be taken advantage of through this positive word-of-mouth advertising. Not only will G's give great customer service that'll make the customers happy, but I'm sure help them have a little more money in their pockets will make them ecstatic as well. The price of the G's will be lower than competitors and suitable for the consumers. One way we're going to accomplish this is through a discount card. Some of the details of this card include 30% off all prescriptions and only charging the customers $7.25 for a 30-day supply of over 500 selected generics. Now, one of the competitors that does offer a discount card is Rite Aid, but some of the details of their card include only allowing 20% off their prescriptions, and they charge their customers $8.95 for a 30-day supply of over 500 selected generics. Going with our prices being suitable, they're also going to be fair. One of the businesses that does not incorporate this philosophy is Walgreens, who, according to Drug Price Comparison's Best Pharmacies for Your Wallet, Walgreens has 2 sets of prices. One for the ones who are members of the Prescription Savings Club, and ones that are not. Some of the details of this contract include they charge their consumers $20 a year to be a part of this club. So the members who are part of the club receive a lower cost for their medications. The ones who are not members of this club receive a higher cost. I personally feel this is fair because each consumer should be given an equal basis on the price of their medications. The only variation in that should be due to what type of insurance that individual has. Going along with insurances, G's Pharmacy will accept all type of insurances. One competitor that does not is Walgreens, who as of January 1st of this year did part its ways with the Blue Cross. And according to the article, Walgreens' battle over drug price will limit consumer choice. The dispute between these 2 big money-minded big corporations highlights how the money-minded decisions of these corporations can limit consumer health care choices. On top of satisfying the customers through great customer service and low prices, we're also going to make it easier on the customers with our accessibility through our location. We're going to be located here at 2370 Russellville Road, which is right here. And with regards to our competitors, the closest competitor is 2 miles away, which is Walgreens, which is down the road right here. And if you're asking about our commercial value, well, where's the local retail business that can help benefit us? Well, there's a Walmart 0.8 miles up the road here. So with this location, we're still far enough away from our competitors where they cannot negatively impact our consumer flow, and we're still close enough to a high commercial value with the Walmart to still benefit from that as well. Now we've talked about these various methods that will be incorporated by G's Pharmacy to lead to a success. Let's take a moment to review. All right, again, we're going to have cordial customer service, meaning we're going to have a friendly and sociable atmosphere for every individual when they come through the door. And we're going to make sure the prices are fair as well as stable. Nothing do customers hate more than having their prices constantly fluctuating. And with our high traffic location, it's going to lead to that constant flow of potential customers and still make it easy accessibility for every one of our customers to get to our location. And through these various philosophies incorporated by G's Pharmacy, it will lead to our success not only financially, but as well as socially with regards to our image among the general area. And too many pharmacies today, including those in Bowling Green, are focused on profits and do not consider their customers in the process. It's time for a change, and G's Pharmacy is just the answer this community needs. Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and get on with the words. I know we've gone a little bit past the 2 o'clock that we had said, but I can tell you from having run many speech tournaments, to get tabbed on this quick is pretty good for a speech tournament. It turns out it usually takes about another hour or so, so we've got to you as quickly as we could. Let's give one last round of applause. I know it has brought a lot of relief to me to see the speeches that were up here today, just because as you put the curriculum together and you work with the instructors, obviously the instructors are doing phenomenal jobs and you are learning from them and taking them in. We're very excited as you go forward. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to do COM 145 first, and I'll invite all 4 speakers to come up on stage, and then we'll read off your places and get things. One thing I do have to tell you up front, the check is in the mail. You will be receiving a unofficial certificate, which will have the signatures of myself, Dr. Sturck, and Dean Lee, and your names written on them. We are going to send you a finalized certificate that will have more official things, and with the check. One thing I will tell you is when I give you your award, I'm also going to give you a folder to put it in for now. There's a W-2 form in it. Please do not leave without having filled that out. It just asks for, as long as you know your social security number, you're good to go. That allows us to process you and get your address, etc., and those checks will be sent out as soon as they're cut. Okay, so you will be getting them very soon. Just as a reminder, in terms of what the awards are for the John Lyon Award for Excellence in Speaking, for both 145 and 161, the top award is $250. Second place is $100. Third place is $100. In COM 145, and it actually worked out that we had a legitimate tie for third place. We are going to give both of you $50. Okay, or you have earned $50.
The third place is $50. You just said 100.
Oh, the
Second place is 100.
Third is 50. Yep.
Just to clarify.
Yep. So the third is 50, and we only have one third place certificate at this point. We will be